Welcome back to the Down Below and the Captain's Quadrant. We are no longer captains, except for myself. I'm going to stay captain. We are all in the lower end of the decks, and we're just enjoying being ensigns. We're our Captain's Quadrant, and this is our iteration 4. If you noticed, all things animated. Our logo's animated. Our screen behind us is animated, trust me. And we're animated once the last animation is in, so that'll come. Don't worry. But we are the Captain's Quadrant. I am your host, Captain Joe Dove. So excited to be here with these folks, my co-hosts. That's so Jason, the third type of prey, and Party Animal Annie. We are here to discuss all things Star Trek, and now we are diving into the wonderful lower decks. So let's kick in. Let's go on.
First contact.
Thanks.
I'm running
We'll
out
never
of...
get old of that.
No, fart jokes don't get old. Are you kidding me?
No, they have a tendency to linger.
Some of them are silent but deadly, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, let me tell you, this was a fun city of an episode because we got to return to the most hammiest of ham actors, Jason Herzog, JG Herzog. I love this guy. And you know,
she's the best.
And you know what's funny? I figured out why people have such a hard time with Star Trek Discovery Klingons after watching this. I'll get into that in another point. But I thought this is a great episode. There was so much fun to be had, and I was here for every second of it. Annie, what did you think? First Contact.
So funny. Speaking of First Contact, this is like the most hilarious First Contact like ever. The bunch of party animals, the engineers going down, and then Mariner what's his name? The first officer
Brenner.
stuck on the thing and
Ransom,
messing it up. So funny. Bunch of party animals down on the surface.
Yeah. All right, Jason, the third type of prey. First Contact.
It's a type of flying squirrel that does not apply here. I thought it was great. I laughed out loud several times, but I don't normally do. I'll enjoy something's funny, but I very rarely just like guffaw out loud. But I did that a couple of times. The joke about the mimosas just killed me. And
like mimosas. Those are mimosas.
Cranch is just whenever Boimler first accepts being the prey and just watching Cranch just go backwards like I just thought that was he was probably the most hilariously animated character in this entire thing. And according to Thawny News, is it Thawny or Tandy? I can never remember this poor actress's name. Tawny. I am so sorry, Tawny. I know she's watching. Tawny Newsome, according to her, Cranch is a combination of ketchup and ranch. Which I think is just amazing.
That's great.
But yes, I thought it was hilarious. I love the fact that the two stories did not have anything to do with each other, and yet at the same time they just went together so well, and they never felt like they were interrupting each other. They all just kind of like left you hanging at an appropriate spot, and you're just like, oh, we're back on the platform. Oh, we're back with Cranch. Oh, we're back on the platform. Oh, we're back at Cranch. And it was such a superbly written episode. I just loved it. And of course, JG Herzog. Oh gosh, now I'm messing up his name. Everybody's favorite Klingon besides Worf. Yeah, he was just great. Honor! Love that guy.
That's right.
Martok.
Yeah.
Martok. That's so Jason.
Yeah, to me, it's all about Brad this episode. I absolutely loved watching Brad. The concept, I'm just going to say yes to everything. Like, and the fact that for copyright reasons, they could use Predator.
No, but they used the theme a little bit.
That is basically what we've got here. And the fact his enthusiasm to get involved, I'm just delighted with. But there is so much to love. And you got to say that, J.G. Hertzler, who didn't have a grin from ear to ear the moment we heard his dulcet tones?
Oh,
he was
not just Martok. He was Martok in all capital letters.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. He was full tilt. Just
Yes. The
one of those-
Ferengi knockoff version of Martok. I loved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. If you want to continue this journey, you patok.
That's
Hey,
right.
$5.99. I was like, who knew EB Games made it to space?
Oh, you know they were making fun of the TNG VCR game back in the 90s.
Oh wow.
yeah.
Yeah, they because that was Galron, not Gal.
Yeah.
It was I don't think he was playing Galron, but it was basically Galron on the Enterprise, and it was it was so wonderful.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Fair. So first contact with this was. Mwah. All right, Joe.
let's move on.
Yeah, host.
Let's
Episode
move on.
summary.
Episode summary.
Sporterklon oder hör mir zu, eine Sullivan oder eine Sullivan.
The least dangerous game. Lower Decks, Season 3 After Show. On a tropical paradise planet, Mariner questions Commander Ransom on how he structures his away team. Boiler makes a bold career decision.
Nice, fun decision.
So
Yeah.
funny.
Yes.
So that was the
Very
movie
fun
too,
decision.
wasn't it? Was it Yes Man?
Yes, Man, that's
Yeah.
right.
That was the premise of Yes Man, right?
Well, it's
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
the opposite of the Seinfeld thing where George does everything opposite than he would normally. do.
Right.
Remember? And he gets
Yes.
the job at the New York Yankees.
That's right. Well,
Yeah.
wow.
But
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that one. That's so true.
Yes. Also based off of one of my favorite short stories, The Most Dangerous Game by Richard
That's
Connell.
right.
Yes. Well, obviously.
That is a
in the
very
title.
good short story.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. I have to watch that.
Oh yes.
Orange
The,
and
the
Coke?
Most Dangerous Game is Man, by
Yeah.
the way.
Oh, did you
That's-
just spoil it for me? I mean,
No.
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 no. Oh.
Nah.
I thought,
But the whole hunter becomes the hunted thing, yeah.
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 all right.
We've never seen that before in popular culture.
No, never.
Never.
Yeah, let's move on to our next category. Pros and
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
If my neighbors could hear me screaming this exactly as they're like, I thought he was Portuguese. I thought he was black and Portuguese. That just sounded Italian. Oh man. Let me tell you, my biggest pro of this episode was Martog. Just hearing J.G. Hertzler just scream all those wonderful tropes. And I think this is why people have such a hard time with Discovery Klingons, because none of them have personality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're all like bloodthirsty, let's kill them and move on, instead of, all these wonderful personalities that we got out of the
They
TNG.
fixed it with Laurel. I think Laurel had a pretty good personality there towards the end of season 2.
Morel was,
Whenever she
so-
bangs her head and like splits her head open and she gets up, she's going, I forgot how much fun this is. I was just like, they're giving her a personality. Good for them.
Yeah.
I still rub up against the design. I can't.
Yeah,
No,
no, I'm right
I
there.
really
I'm
think
right
That's
there with
my
you.
bias. My
the
bias
design
is
was
I'm locked
awful.
in.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm-
they look scarier though. But like, if
They
you
do
would have
look
told
scary.
me, yeah, if you would have told me they were a different species and said something else, I'd have been like, okay, that's cool.
yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
need
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
Klingons.
yeah,
They
yeah.
didn't really need to.
Or they
redesign.
didn't mean, or that could have been like an offshoot of Klingons. Like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Klingon
that-
group that had,
Like Romulans versus
thousands of
Vulcans.
years ago went somewhere
Or
else. And
yeah, or like Romulans and Vulcans. Yeah.
Or
We took
or
another
Rem-
kind of disease
or
and messed up
Remans.
our foreheads even more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or Remans and
They haven't got
Romulans.
metallic.
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
purple skin.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate them trying to do something different, but it was way too much.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Strange New Worlds fixing it, because we've all seen the pictures. We know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
All right, party
we
animal
appreciate
Annie.
it.
Tell me. Pros
Pros
and
and
cons. Let's hear
Oh
it, Annie.
man, I loved. Yeah, like Jason was saying, the most dangerous game. I mean, one in the title. You get that kind of allusion to that famous story. But I like that we get to see the crew really like bonding together. Like I know we get to see that a lot with them because they're lower deckers and they all kind of hang out. But like they're basically what is essentially a D&D game. Like
Yeah. Even the like the
funny.
way it was the D&D.
I guess this would be B&B.
Yeah.
so funny.
Is that still bed and breakfast in the 24th century? I don't know.
Beam and breakfast.
Beam and breakfast.
Brad's wig when they're
So
playing.
good.
Yeah.
It's like something from a show, like a fair or something's found, you know?
Now, would that be cultural
props.
appropriation, though? Would that offend Klingons? I'm
It's
just
slightly
wondering.
racist, there's no doubt about
My
it.
culture is not your costume. Die, Patak!
Yeah, right. Oh my god.
So funny. And then I just love, I mean, like, I know Mariner and Ransom they don't really get along, but I love them being forced to be together. Like, that adds like a whole other level of comedy that we wouldn't normally get to see. That and Ransom fumbling around with that one part of the oh my gosh, what was it called?
Space elevator.
Lift or whatever. Yeah, the
space
elevator.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god, did you do that? Yeah, I think so. And he's like, and then the thing like goes on fire and it's like smoking and stuff. So funny. I don't know, just Lower Decks humor. When Lower Decks first came out, I was like, I'm not really like a cartoon person a lot. Like it's like specific cartoons for me, but I really enjoyed Rick and Morty, and so I was like, oh man, okay, the adult humor here, like this is gonna be golden. And then they threw in so many Easter eggs for the fans that I feel like, I mean, yeah, it just goes from strength to strength. It's so funny. They drop the most random, like, blink and you miss it Easter eggs. So good. So good.
The writing's so expert, though, too. It's not like they make everything make sense and doesn't feel like, oh, this is a spin-off from the universe.
Yeah.
They do such a good job of the show. It feels like this is part of the Star Trek universe.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like side canon. It feels like canon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, very true, very true. All right. Our good buddy, that's so Jason. Give us
What
your
I
pros
think.
and cons. Yeah.
MVP has to be Rutherford and the other guy.
Yes.
Who gets sent down to the planet to have what we think is the most amazing experience, surrounded by. I've actually got a couple of photos here. Look at that.
Nice.
Like,
Exactly.
couldn't have been happier.
Look at those
Couldn't
party
be happier.
animals.
Except we cut to later on, and we're here.
Dun, dun, dun. Yep.
Do we actually get a clear explanation where it went so south so quickly for them?
Yeah, because of their belly buttons.
Yeah, Rutherford
belly
went into the sacred hall with his belly button unexposed.
Yeah.
But it was just so wonderful to know that, they're down there having the time of their life. Meanwhile, Ransom's got her up there on the ship doing all the media work. Again, smart writing,
Yeah.
Brad, the beginning, Brad here, getting chosen, and then now you are my prey. And look at that head.
Look at the head.
I just love his fan wig. There he was.
Mm-hmm.
The fact of the matter is, he's so terrified, but then he gets into it. I absolutely loved it. So that would definitely my pros from it. I actually don't have any cons this week. I'm sure if I watched it another 5 times, I could pick some bits and pieces. But it's all pro for me. This is already, I feel like this season's gone up a step again.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if they keep this trajectory going, we've got something really special this season. Yeah.
There you go. All right, Jason, the third type of prey.
Well, pretty much echoing what everybody else said. I think, once again, I think Cranch was hilarious. I think that every scene with Cranch in it was hilarious. I love the way he kept ripping various things out of his body to like mark himself with, and
Yes.
It was both gross and at the same time it was hilarious because it was almost like he was a Swiss Army knife. Just
Yeah.
You are my prey. Here's my grocery list. I just love that stuff. For her small scene this week, I thought that Captain Freeman was hilarious. The way that she pivoted whenever Brad came to her for help and was just like, Cranch! Oh, Cranch is awesome! We had mimosas! Thank you for the mimosas! That was the most hilarious bit in the entire episode, because I'm just picturing, Freeman and Cranch having mimosas together in the morning. But the thing that I liked most about this episode was that I like the way that Lower Decks is not just leaving the pieces as they found them at the beginning of the episode, because Mariner and Brad grow. Brad takes this as a learning experience to become more bold, and Mariner realizes that, I don't always have to be insubordinate. Sometimes the senior officers actually do know what they're doing, although I do think that Ransom should have been court-martialed for what he did on this mission, because he did put them in danger just because he wanted to get at Mariner. But that's just Ransom.
That's so Ransom.
He is
That's so
such a creep.
I
I also like how the weird kind of going back and forth, they never really went to flirtation, but how they both kind of like dug each other there for that one episode. I like how that's been dropped. I really like how this show is just focusing on like interpersonal relationships and friendship, and nobody is trying to pair off or become like couples or anything like that. I appreciate that, because, to me it would be forced if they did. The only two that I think that would, to me, logically go together would be Rutherford and Tendi, and they're not even really going in that direction. They just seem like really good friends. Yeah. And I'm fine with them leaving it that way.
Yeah, me too. I agree,
Totally.
100%.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that wraps up pros and cons. Let us go into our next segment.
Before we do, I know we didn't have a brief on this, but I think we might just have to throw to a commercial break. If that's
Oh, we're going to go to a commercial.
No.
Yay!
Sorry.
No.
Gotta pay the bills somehow, guys.
That's right.
Oh, God.
We'll be back in a minute.
Traveler, welcome to the promenade. Humble quark at your service. Behold, Star Trek Deep Space Nine action figures. Commander Benjamin Sisko, he helps me run the station. And Security Chief Odo, very strict and sneaky for someone so honest. Here's Lieutenant Dax, and Chief O'Brien, and Major Kira Nerys. I happen to know she's crazy about me. Wonderful, aren't they? Especially this one. So handsome. Pains me to part with it, but if you pay me now... security. What a pleasant surprise.
And welcome back. Welcome back.
I remember that commercial.
You remember that?
I remember that commercial because I remember it's like, why is Quark so creepy in this one? It's a little different. He's like,
And how he mentions how
he's like whispering.
Favorite. Like,
Yeah,
it's really creepy. I don't understand how any kid would ever fall for that kind of stuff.
It's so weird how well marketing worked. I don't know. I don't understand.
Did they ever make a Cisco action figure with the bald head and the goatee? Because this is like babyface Cisco. I want
I don't. They must.
I want like glow up Cisco. Yeah,
they must.
I'll put him right here. You can kind of see his head. I'll put him right there. There we go.
They would have done one with the new uniform and his bald head and his goatee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Hallmark capitalized on that. Oh, yeah.
He was so
KB
BA.
Games and stuff said yes, and he had all of them.
Nice.
Yes.
I need to find one.
Yeah,
Nice.
me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's move on to our next section.
Okay, we're moving on to the next section.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
There we go.
And that is.
This is terrible. I like it.
I like it.
I like everything about this episode.
There's really not muching.
Should we go through some of the comments? I'm going to blow through some of these comments.
Yeah,
I want to see comments.
I want to see comments. KB Games and stuff is dominating the chat. So, mate, here we
My
go.
mom
Let's
fall
start
asleep?
She must have.
Yeah.
You know you're using the season 2 poster. There's one. I know KB James. I didn't have any time, all right? That was the best wallpaper I could find at the time. But feel free to send through any graphics you think.
It would
Because
be better.
sometimes I'm just trying to get it done.
You getting sassy to our fans, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my
If you don't
gosh.
like it, I'm not even going to say if you don't like it, watch something else because we need all the viewers we can.
Yeah, don't
I'll
watch
change,
something
I
else. What are you doing?
Rutherford looks like Michael Myers on it, though. Rutherford looks like
It's
Michael
a parody
Myers.
of the Star Trek 3 poster. Have you seen this? I mean, Spock looks like Michael Myers in the Star Trek 3 poster.
All right.
No one's going to
No
mention
one
the
gonna
VCR D&D game.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah,
that was
we did.
Huge Easter egg.
Yeah,
and
it
I
was
kind of
amazing.
mentioned I
Loved it.
use a bit of that in the intro for the Wheel of Agony.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I
so-
recognize that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, there we go. He's still on there. It was a play on Tapestry.
Mm.
Was it?
Tapestry?
Picard would have been Lower Decks his entire career if he hadn't taken.
Oh, he's got a point. Yeah.
Oh,
It's true.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Brad's gonna become a captain.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Homer
learns that lesson too.
Yeah.
Rio KB Games is dropping some.
Yeah, Klingons
here.
on Disco could have been the ones who mutated the other way from the augment virus instead of losing those ridges somewhere enhanced.
See, I kind of like the idea that they tried to cure themselves and like it became like super bumpy, and then they went back to smooth headed for TOS, and then then they went back to bumpy headed again. I still like my thing about where the Klingons show up like they looked in TNG, and Pike kind of goes, "But what about?" And they go, "Don't ask," and then they just leave it at that.
Well, I just think clearly genetics are not their strong points. As
No. You know that they're Klingon anti-vaxxers, though, but they have good reason. It is not honorable to take the vax. You will get COVID and die like a warrior.
Are there any flat earthers in the Star Trek universe? I mean,
No,
it's
they'd be
impossible to be like.
They would
that,
be.
right?
Yeah.
Hey,
They would be really dumb. I mean.
Have you ever talked to a flat earther though? They are that dumb.
Oh,
Like, no, Starfleet doesn't exist. Klingons are just CGI, and yeah, when the Dominion attacked us, it was an inside job. World's flat. And if you are a flat earther, I just want to say, all offense intended, you really are that dumb.
Wow. Did you read what KB
Games and stuff? Hang on, he's going. I can make you full-on animations in Unity 3D. Hello.
Ooh.
I would definitely be very interested in that.
Yeah, me too.
I would be very interested in
sounds so
nice.
3D animation for sure.
Okay, maybe you should antagonize our viewers a little bit more, Jason. Maybe a bit more fun stuff.
I can get you full.
I demand more from my viewers. More. There you go.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, that would be
thank
great.
you for the offer.
Yeah, we'll take you up on it. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's kind of KB Games and stuff. Tim's the only one who wants to chat in this chat, so he's as lonely as we are. So
Aaron,
thank you.
these are as close as you can see, and these guys where no man has gone before. Oh, Terra Prime.
Okay, Terra Prime.
Yeah. Those are as
Rather
close
than
as
you
you
just
see.
reading, Joe, when you read them out without the graphic on there, you just come off like medication's wearing.
Yeah, wait.
Maybe
I didn't
just
even
give me a heads up.
I didn't take my medication today. I fooled you, man. My wife left me for 2 weeks. I am not doing nothing. I am not doing any medication.
Evan.
Woo!
There we go. Well, let's move on to
our next.
In a way, KB Games and stuff has been kind of talking about this.
I ask you, Captain, what conclusion would you draw?
I love the look on Cisco's face, like, ugh. Oh God. Ugh.
I hate it when they're right.
Yeah. It reminds me.
This is a segment I'm going to dump, because this is a show that how the hell are we going to know what they're going to be doing?
Yeah, it's the same thing with the next season of Strange New. Only Picard will work.
That's
only work.
That's
right.
Well,
So,
I want to
what the
throw
title
something
is.
out there before we get rid of this entire segment. I think the show's going to end with Brad as a captain and Mariner as his first officer, and the last scene will be, him saying, "Well, I couldn't do it without you, my chudich," and she's gonna punch him and go, "You're damn right," and they're gonna warp off, and that'll be the last scene of the show.
Well, that makes it the final episode of this show because there's no need to continue to do season 3 after show if we know what the end is.
Yeah, well, goodbye, everybody.
Sorry.
Goodbye, everyone.
I told you I'd wreck everything.
One man wrecking crew.
Hey, I do know the title of next week's episode, which has only just come up.
What's that?
And it's called Mining the Mind's Mine.
Mining the Mind's
Mine.
Mine.
Mining, like M-I-N. Well, I would just share this.
Like a dwarf thing?
Rather than
Mining
trying to
the
spell
Mind's
it out.
Mine.
Yeah. So if we have a look here.
Mining the Mind's Mine.
Star Trek Lower Decks Wikipedia. And if I zoom in a bit more, you might see
Mining the Mind's Mines.
The Mining the Mind's Mine.
Oh.
I wonder if that's going to be the episode where we finally find out what's up with Rutherford's implant.
Oh, that'd be cool.
This is kind of
wow.
Oh, so
You know
wow, do
what?
We actually had
That's
future
probably the best
speculation.
educated-
Look
Yes.
at
There
that.
we go.
Look at that.
It was a future
Did
speculation.
he just save the
Jason
segment?
has saved single-handedly. saved the segment.
Single-handedly.
So I wrecked the show and then I redeemed it within the span of 2 minutes.
Oh,
That's
man.
impressive. That's
Very well. Very well done. Very well done.
Yeah. We've got some more comments coming down the pipeline
All right.
from KB Games and stuff. Woody goes, flat earthers. Okay, yeah, we agree. Garrett,
Garrett, let him hit him. Let it hit him. Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, that's true. That's
did.
true. Garrett can fight Worf hand to hand. He's like, I remember that. You fought well for a
Yeah.
tailor.
Yeah. And Rutherford.
Chief engineer.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's right.
Backing off what you just said, Jason, he says Tendi will be the science officer.
Absolutely.
And Rutherford will be chief engineer.
Absolutely. I see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Fantastic. All right. Well, I think that's. Can we have time to do my favorite segment?
I believe so.
Beautiful. Let's do it.
It's time for stupid Star Trek questions.
Oh, thank goodness. For a
beauty.
second there, I thought it was going to be the Wheel of Agony again.
No.
Don't mix the
You're
show.
You're
Don't
just
cross the
determined to
streams.
make us watch Code of Honor, aren't you?
Don't cross the streams.
Okay, the stupid Star Trek question this week comes from me
Okay.
because I think it's I'm a bit of a foodie, I would say. I like good
Okay.
food every now and again. So if I was presented with a nice bottle of, maybe 300-year-old blood wine, what would I have with it? Would it be meat or fish?
It will be gach.
Would it
Yeah.
be gach?
It will
Be
be
the
gach.
liver of your enemies.
That's right.
Or the heart of your enemies.
But blood
Heart-
wine seems to be a
Heart goes with
celebration.
white wine, not blood wine.
See, that's my thing. Like, is blood wine's kind of like their beer, right? Their ale,
Right.
right?
Right.
So if you're sitting down to a nice or something else, you're not just going to bring your beer along, are you? Or your ale. You're going to get something nice to go with it.
Yeah.
Fancy.
So maybe it's not the only thing that's suitable with blood wine is peanuts or potato chips. Because it's kind of like a beer, an ale, right?
Yeah.
Think about it.
I agree.
Can you name Can you name 3 Star Trek alcoholic drinks? And 2 of them are easy.
Oh, yeah.
There's
I can.
Canar,
There's
Vulcan
Canar.
brand.
Okay, you got
Romulan ale,
Romulan
white
ale.
wine,
Yeah,
Blood
yeah.
wine. Vulcan brandy.
Tranya.
Sour and brandy.
Tranya, what's that from?
That's from Corbinite Maneuver.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
And what's the Cardassian sunset?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The one
Yeah.
where you tip the glass and it changes color like
Yes.
a sunset.
Oh, yeah.
Aldebaran whiskey, that's what...
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Did we say
Actually, a lot
Canar?
of these would have come
I
from
did say
DS9,
Canar, yes.
right?
Yeah,
A lot of
them
these
were.
would have come from... I'm telling you what, here's a fan thing. If I ever... I'm not a drinker, but now I want to build a bar with nothing but Star Trek bottles of all that liquor.
Well, are you following?
That's all I want in life.
Are you
now.
following our friend Star Trek guy?
No, don't tell me he's done it already.
Don't tell me he's... Oh, my God.
He shared the booth that's making all of the different ales and drinks that you could have had on
cool.
Star Trek.
Well, that's cool. I thought
Right.
you
So
were
there's a
saying, no,
company-
Star Trek guy has actually been toiling away and making all these drinks himself.
Yeah,
I am so
That-
envious of him.
that's
like
what's-
that. That is
he's the
he's
best
my new
guy.
hero.
Yeah, he's got the best life.
yeah, yeah.
We love you, dude.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a and
Love you, wanna be you, envy you. Just
Dude, I thought you were going to go one step too far then. There you go.
but yeah, there's a lot of great drinks, and there's somebody that's making them and selling them in
That's awesome.
prop accurate bottles,
nice.
which is even more fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
So to end this segment, which is totally useless, but I like it anyway.
I love it
blood
too.
wine is suitable. What is worth eating with blood wine? Peanuts and chips, right?
yeah. We've got an answer from our good
Yeah.
friend KB Games.
Okay, what is he saying?
Gah.
Yeah.
Gah.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay, that's the second we got. So,
Klingons don't have fancy stuff.
Yeah.
it looks like
It's basically whatever they catch on the floor. That's what they're gonna eat.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
right.
the
You know,
ribs of your enemies.
That's the thing. Like, have we ever seen them eat fruit? That's another dumb Star Trek question.
No, that is.
I have
That's
to look
that
that
could
up.
be next
Have we
week's-
ever seen Klingons eat anything but meat? You know?
Yeah,
'Cause I reckon they got high rates of scurvy on some of those ships.
They
otherwise.
must.
Well,
what do you think those ridges
well,
are for?
If you look at their teeth, all of their teeth are pointed. Therefore, they are not omnivores. They are straight carnivores, and so their bodies are designed to eat nothing but meat. And if they tried to eat some kind of plant material, it could make them very sick to their tummies.
Yeah, just like the plants
I mean,
on
that
Eden.
works for me.
That's right.
It'll be
So
like
that's probably why Worf likes prune juice so much.
yeah.
Is because
Yeah.
KB James just said that.
yes.
it's a moving experience.
Yes.
Prune juice, get you going.
That's right.
See, these stupid Star Trek
Engage.
questions always get to some really interesting nuggets of truth.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Very true.
Oh,
Very
well,
true.
that's the end of that segment. And of course, that means I get to play the outro.
Join us next week for more stupid Star Trek questions.
All right.
That's just so egocentric of me. To
so
that
good.
segment.
Especially since you do the voiceover.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, I have
you-
no ego in anything else in my life. I have ego about this.
Good, you should. You did all the graphics and they're fun, so fuck it. We got an answer about the teeth for the Klingons in the chat.
Okay, we're getting into a big debate about this now. Okay, what's the answer? Let me bring up the comments.
Wake up, Andy.
Okay, they don't always have pointed teeth
teeth.
because they shave their teeth before
That's
going
what I was
into
going.
battle.
Oh, that's right. They do sharpen
The
them, don't
idea
they?
that you shave
Okay, well,
your teeth.
that's right, because Worf has somewhat normal teeth, doesn't he?
He kind of does.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I guess they are omnivores.
Yep. Oh. And my
Guess
mom's
he's
back.
back. Yeah,
Mommy!
your mom.
Hey, Mom!
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, she woke up. She enjoyed her Coke and came back.
Yeah. Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Okay, I was going to say, that usually keeps me up.
You know what? My aunt used to be a sales rep for Coca-Cola.
Oh no.
Okay.
And my grandmother, when she was on her last days, God rest her soul, used to go, "That's my daughter, Yvette. She sells Coke."
Okay.
Hi,
We'll be good,
kids.
we promise. We'll be good.
Oh, man. Well, I think that wraps up this week's
I think that
episode.
wraps up for
Yeah.
what is... It's a great show.
I have one more thing I want to say.
Sure,
And
yeah.
that is that one of my favorite things to do with Lower Decks is to find random background characters. And this was this week's.
Oh.
This guy
Who's-
pushing the sled and he's like terrified of Cranch.
He looks like Leonardo DiCaprio, who just realized his girlfriend turned 25.
Touche.
Dude, well done. Well done.
Well done.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
Yeah. That's a living meme, a live
So
meme
good.
right there.
So good.
Oh, my God.
You're right, though. It's just a little small attention to detail.
Yeah, I didn't even know they
Just
did that.
works
That's
so
now I'm gonna
well,
look
yeah.
for it. Yeah,
Brilliant stuff.
So funny.
yeah,
So next week we'll be back with Mining the Mind's Mines.
correct. Mining
You know,
the mind's mine.
I'm with the third type of prey. Like that is absolutely about relevant.
Yeah,
And of course, you know it won't be, because that is how Lower Decks do.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, they don't give you any information about, which I love. They just
Yes, it's always a surprise. I enjoy that.
I mean, guys, in the Star Trek world, you know, with everything else, right? Everything gets released en masse. Like Netflix shows, they just drop the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things like that. Are we loving week-to-week Star Trek?
I do.
Because I am.
love it.
I love it.
I love
love it.
Something to look forward to every
Disney's
week, right?
doing that. Disney's doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amazon's
You know,
doing it with the
Amazon's
Rings
doing
of Power.
Rings of Power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or as I like to call it, it's
Rings
getting
of
better.
Sedative.
It got better with the second episode, I will say that.
It did. The first one was...
Welcome to the Lord of the Rings.
We'll talk about that somewhere else.
Where we go in the water and sail, and then we come back and swim.
You're about to meet 50 different characters with 50 different plot lines. Don't ask questions. We won't answer.
Exactly. Anyway, this is a Star Trek show.
Yes. And KB Games and stuff has something.
Live
for
long
Annie.
and prosper.
Yeah. What's his name? Mike McMahon. Are we talking about this?
Yeah, Mike McMahon or whatever his name, creator, had a BG Vulcan.
Oh, I
in
saw
the episode
him. I know.
Juge. Background Vulcan, yeah.
Wei Zhuge was such a great episode too.
So
I still want to see the Vulcan from Wei Zhuge show up and the Klingon from Wei Zhuge show up.
So next week, Annie, if you find that random background character, make sure you snap it.
Oh, for sure.
This is a new segment. It's called Eddie's background player.
Eddie's background character. Yay!
See, now you have to be here every week.
Every week, yeah.
Now we can hold something over your head.
Every time you're on, you just have to highlight a background character you found.
Look for him.
Like their little intro and everything.
Yeah. She will return this season. Yes, awesome. Well, that's it, guys. That wraps up this week's Captain's Quadrant, where we dived into Lower Decks.
We did double duty this week.
We did.
Yeah,
we did. We ran a marathon.
Yes, we did.
And we did pretty good. I've only screwed up a dozen times.
It was more than a dozen. I was checking. I was keeping a tally. They're here in my notes if you want to see them.
Oh, no. He's got notes. Manifesto. You joke. You did the wrong Iggy. What's going on here? You did it again.
All right, guys.
All right. Well, make sure you follow us on all our wonderful socials.
Oh, yeah. I better bring up that graphic again.
Yeah, bring up that graphic. All right. Woo! Look at me. I was thinner then. I need to go to the gym. You can follow me.
I'll just resize you in Photoshop.
No, don't do that. Leave me something to aspire to. You can find me and my half brain at To Be Seen on Twitter, on Facebook, and all those wondrous things. Dis Dungeon, Spectrum Sanctum, and Captain's Quadrant. If you want to talk with me and KB Games, make sure you hit me up on all of those so we can talk about those 3D graphics there. If you want to follow our master and commander of all things production-wise, follow Pop Culture Spread and at CQ Jason for our science officer Jason. If you want to learn about the human anatomy and partying, make sure you follow Annie at Vulcan
That
Diver.
could be construed so badly.
Yeah, that would be fun. And if you want to laugh more and just have a great time about how stupid people can be, make sure you follow.
Now, is that a
Jason
personal slight?
No. Jason Roy.
You're fired.
I got fired from my own show for the second time. And make sure you check out his website, jasonroygatson.net. And that's it. Bye.
Yeah.